OMG, do I have some things to tell you all? Where I went last night. Yeah, this is why you gotta find out what your star seed is. Your Andromedan, your Lyran, your Palladian. So, your Syrian, or or you gotta find out. You know, yes, yes. What did I do with my? Hold on a second. Okay, so all right. First thing first, let me set the stage first of what we're doing today. Then I'm gonna get into that. So watch out for the timelines. Watch out. Okay, major crazy planting timeline stuff going on. So ridiculous. One timeline they're trying to plant is called segregation. I'm like, what? Now, if you gotta try to activate segregation, you are not a divine being. Plain and simple. Okay? We're not going backwards. We're going forward. If you can't handle going forward, then you need to get off this planet. Go where you're needed to be. Because we're not playing that. So that timeline's happening. Then welcome to Be So Light. My name is Felicia, as well as Niana, as well as Galactic Priestess of Spiral Light. Yeah, that's right, Galactic. Yeah. No, I'm not. I'm not a. That's how it all started. Okay. Now, I was just getting ready to say the word, and I stopped and I said, "That's how it started. That's how the dream started." Okay. So let me jump into what we're into today. We are in Gamma, kin number 5, kin number 259. Hold on a second, let me look this up. Okay? So we're in kin 259. On Tuesday, we are going to be going into a new galactic spin, which means we just completed our 259, our 260-day cycle will complete tomorrow. Then we're going to go on Tuesday into a whole new start of the galactic calendar. We're right on time. This is the whole new beginning. Okay? This is a new year. Going into spring equinox is our new year, not January. Everything's sleeping. So tomorrow we have a portal day. And then on Tuesday we have a portal day. So I like this. I love how they did the portal day. They got a portal day on the last day of the galactic calendar, and then they have a portal day to start the new spin of the galactic portal. So I'm just like, yeah, we got 2 portal days, 48 hours of portal day. But today we're going to talk about the blue crystal storm, guided by Magick, and watching out for timelines. So you're probably saying, well, what do you mean? Watch out for timelines. I heard about all the timelines. We're gonna have 2 timelines. We got the organic. We got to watch out for the artificial timeline. Okay. This is easier to understand what I'm talking about. Whenever you see a group of NPCs, paid people without a conscience, coming on to different platforms, they're talking the same thing, repeating the same thing over and over and over. Certain, like a lower vibrational timeline, like segregation. Let's just say that. That's a low timeline. And not to mention, that's an old timeline. Now, when we talk about segregation, are you talking about race? Are you talking about, once again, we're going to be looking at waterfalls and stuff, and hey, cosmic flower, are we talking about are we talking about water fountains for colored people? Are we talking about whites only? What are we talking about when you say segregation? Or are you talking about the no, couldn't find the thing, but we can talk about doing a Zoom. We can do a Zoom session, okay? And then I can bring you up to speed. Are you interested in doing a Zoom? Would you like to do a Zoom? Let me know if you want to do a Zoom. And then I get it set up, send you the link, and we'll do a Zoom. Because I can't find get you added in. And I'm like, yeah, that's why that's why I don't do it a lot over there. Too many weirdness. Okay, so these timelines, you gotta be watchful. Now, they're gonna talk about segregation, okay? Then maybe they're trying to say segregation of alien species, human species. Let's jump into the canon. I'm going to tell you what happened last night in the dream, okay? And what started it. When I said citizen, okay? What happened? And where I went, I tore. Let's just put it like this. I woke up early. I had a lot of energy. My pyramid was on and popping. It was doing really good. I remember where I was. I remember who came and picked me up and took me and showed me some things. And I was like, oh, it's about to get very surreal. Yeah, you won't need popcorn for long. Here we go. So, the blue crystal storm. It says, I dedicate in order to categorize, universalize energy. I seal the matrix of self-generation with the crystal tone of corporation. I am guided by the power of magic. So, I am guided by the power of magic. The color is blue. The planet is Pluto. The chakra is root. The earth family is the gateway. Oh, we do have a rune. And it's the Y rune. It's just a Y like this. Ascension day of Valkyrie. This is the cosmic evolutionary nature. Whenever a planet attains neurosphere, the planetary mind, it then becomes capable of receiving the process that creates the galactic culture. So we're in the third mental sphere, conscious, fourth dimensional, cosmic cube, beta, and waking conscious mediumship. So this is gate 144. Okay, gate 144. Hold on, y'all. I just been so busy. Had to drop off 2 galactic coded discs for 2 of my clients so they could try them out and let me know how they like it. Oh, don't say. What do? So this symbol is about protection and it's on page, guess what, 111. So 1212 and 111 has been around me today. Okay, protection, siege rushes the elk, the algiz. Okay, so I don't know if a lot of you are feeling emotional, like you just start crying for no reason. You feel like you got stuff coming up out of your nervous system. It says controlled emotions is the issue here. During the time of transition, shift in life course, and accelerated self-change, it is important not to collapse into yourself, into the emotion. The highs as well as the lows, new opportunities and challenges are typical for this rune, and with them may come trespasses and unwanted influences. So, this also serves as a mirror for the spiritual warrior, the one whose battle is always with the self. The warrior protection is like the curved horns of the elk or the warning rustle of the siege grass, for both serve to keep open space around you. Remain mindful that timely, right action and correct conduct are your only true protection. If you find yourself feeling pain, observe the pain. Stay with it. Do not try to pull down the veil and escape from life by denying what is happening. You will progress knowing that is your protection. Knowing that is your protection. Okay, so that simply means a lot of energy is making people feel like they need to protect themselves, making people feel like you have a lot of emotional stuff going on. So, yeah, it's going to get even more because we have those two portals. So, tomorrow's portal is going to end the 260 days of the galactic calendar. And then we're starting on Tuesday, the whole cycle again, because it's 260 days. So that's going to take us to finish out until July of this year, when the galactic calendar of the storm, I want to say it, the blue crystal storm ends, and then we're going to step into a whole new calendar and start a whole new cycle. Okay? So the calendar is lining up more and more and more every time we accelerate. Okay, so let me tell you where I was last night. Let me tell you what happened. I just, it pays when I asked you, when's the last time you get pillows? When's the last time you got a new mattress for your bed? When's the last time you got yourself some new, all cotton or bamboo or all nice 100% of something, not polyester. You better not be sleeping under no polyester sheets and blankets and stuff. You take it off the bed. Don't be sleeping underneath that. And don't be sleeping underneath that, what's that funky other fabric, that micro feel fabric stuff that it looks real cute. It feels really soft and stuff, but no, don't sleep underneath that. You need 100% cotton, bamboo cotton, Egyptian cotton. I love Egyptian cotton. Egyptian towels, cotton. I just love it. Okay, so you want to make sure you have that right now because you're going to need it. That's a part of keeping your energy sources up. That's a part of keeping everything flowing. Okay, so you know how I'm going to ask you this question. Remember yesterday I told you have to go and clear all those contracts. Remember? Because there's 24,000 years old soul tethered like stringy like contracts waving around out there with your essence on it. You might want to get rid of those. Just go and do some more cleaning house. Simply by just saying, I do not consent to all those 24,000 years of old soul contracts of the Piscean time. That's all third dimensional. I don't consent to those timelines. And I am not a citizen of the Corporation of the United States. I'm not a citizen of that. I'm not a citizen of that. Feel the difference? The light just changed when I said it. So when you start speaking in terms of galactic, and you hold yourself in that space of galactic, or you hold yourself in the divine soul sovereign, things shift. If you stay with the old paradigm that has been ripped down, the old corporation of the United States is just disintegrating. Okay? It doesn't exist anymore. You don't play a part to that anymore. Okay? And when you recognize it and you give yourself permission to not play a part of that anymore, then you're not connected to it anymore. Literally. That's another part of putting a line through it, exit out, and being done with it. Okay? Now, this is why it's magical. Because it's something that you're looking at and you're saying to yourself, I don't want to be a part of that anymore. This is not real. I'm done with this. I only want to be on organic timelines, true high timelines that are aligned with my frequency that takes me up in a higher realms to better opportunities, more energy in my life force, loving, just same type of people that think like me, no negativity where I got to be worrying about all this crazy stuff. And I want to live a life of peace. I want to live a life of just being in sync of what I'm here to do and my mission, period. Okay. So the way this dream started off and the travel started off, where I saw myself in this huge, like, traveling place, like, where back in the day, remember how big the train stations were? Remember how big they were? And they would have the big clock, and you'd go in through this big train station, and you'd go and catch your train, and da da da. I was going to go do my travel. I was traveling. I said I had somewhere to be. So when I went up to the counter, the lady says, "Are you a United States citizen?" And I said, "No, not of the corporation. Are you kidding me? That's been done for over thousands of years." And she said, "We have to ask. We never know what souls are doing nowadays, if they're being recycled or if they're artificial copies of the person." And I go, "No, I'm organic." That's what I said. So she says, "Okay." She stamps this card thing and she gives it to me. And I said, "Okay." She goes, "You're going down to gate 12. And I said, "Okay, gate 12. I'm getting goosebumps. So I said, "Okay, gate 12. So I'm going, and as I'm going down to go to gate 12, I'm thinking I'm going to get on a train. No, my dragon is there. And I go, "Oh, did we just pull a little bit of a matrix? Did we just do that?" My dragon looks at me, bows its head, goes down, perches down, and I said, "Let's go." Hop onto my dragon, and I'm on, I'm locked in. I said, "Take me to the timeline where these artificial beings, these xenomorphs, still feel like they have to be in war all the time." So we went over in Europe, all over there, because that is a timeline where they are wanting to anchor into war and stuff and keep going, and that's all they know over there. And I said, "Let's go." So I get on the dragon, flying out there, and then there's a whole other team league of other light workers on their dragons, as well as their ferrets. Not their ferrets, oh, what's they're not the unicorn, they're the one with the wings, the horse with the wings. What's that one? Not the unicorn. It doesn't have a unicorn though. That one. So the Pegasus. Thank you. And by the way, there is a portal open over the lake of Mount Shasta when you go across the bridge, where Pegasus are flying in their crystalline form, and you can see them as they disappear into the waters. And they're being picked up in different camera stuff. Pegasus. So here we are. We're all flying out. We're doing our thing, lighting it up, firing, just getting rid of all these xenomorph things. We're firing it up. We're just blasting away. And I'm like, fire! I am in this raw, like kick-ass warrior. I'm like, take their asses down. And we just went and we pulverized. We found a nest and yeah. That's why I woke up feeling so good this morning. Just nothing like a good take them out, and you just get so tired of the repeat crap over. Just felt really fucking good. Okay, so we did that. After it was done, I come down. I get off my dragon. I thank my dragon. And I'm looking at everyone else. I said, is everyone accounted for? We didn't lose anyone. No one on our light team. We lost no light worker in last night's battle. Yes. So we're like, no, everyone's accounted for. We did good. We did good. Yay. Phoenix, thank you. So we're like, I'm counting and I start to walk and I see an Andromedan being. She walks right up to me, and it was Seppa, the one that came in on a couple videos back and came in and channeled real quick and then left her name. Yeah, she came in and paid me a visit last night, and she says, I want to show you something. And I said, ooh, am I gonna like it? She goes, well, I would hope you would like it because I'm going to take you up to Starship and I want you to take a very big view of how we're watching things. And I was like, let's go. So we go up and we're over in the areas where there is, I can see like Europe, I see Norway, I see all of, the areas in there, but they're lit up kind of differently. I said, why are they looking kind of like red lit up, like marked? And so those are the places where we're watching for any type of attempt of any kind of nuclear behavior. And I said, oh, so you're still honoring what I was told many, many, many years ago, that if they were going to be faking all this stuff, you guys were really going to show yourselves. She says, absolutely. And we will not tolerate that old behavior that they keep wanting to use every time we get to this place of going through a reset. They use that. They steal the time. They shatter the timelines. And nobody knows what's going on. And then it starts all over again. We're not tolerating that. So they already put out 2 of them. And she was showing me, and there's the starship I was on one of the front ones, and then there was like 5, 6, 7, 8 other big mother ships sitting and watching. She says, let it be known that the trickery that they're doing to humanity when they show their little, we call them their game board light displays in the skies, like they're gaming up there. We have the technology. When we show up, we let you see us, and then when we leave, we're gone in a flash. You still don't have that technology yet, and we're not ready to give you that technology yet until we see humanity really step up and stop this and let truth reign. I said, at this point, I want to do a human thing and give you a high five. She goes, we'll just do a third eye. I go, okay. So I was just like, this is amazing. I'm loving what I'm seeing up here. And it was just like, okay. So that's why the title about watch out for the timeline. the timeline anchoring, if you get caught up in a fear factor of something that's going to happen, this is going to happen, that's a timeline that they can pull you into, okay, energetically, okay? No, you just simply say, I'm not consenting to that. The more that we understand the power of how we say, no, I'm not consenting to that, it not only shows authority and the power of the South, but it also shows that you are awakening. You see it for what it is. You're not playing the game and you're done. That's what it's showing. So every time when you say you don't consent to something, a timeline, an old repeat pattern, and you finally make the decision and say, I'm not consenting to that, I'm changing that, it turns out and it shifts. It totally, we can make things shift now. But you got to be able to go up above the artificial energy and make that that imprinted energy anchor down. Okay, because as we're staying underneath the the artificial goopy looking cloud crappiness stuff, that just kind of, like I said yesterday, it interferes with everything you're trying to do. So that was the dream. When I woke up, I was like, I sit up on the side of the bed. The sun was just coming up. I looked outside and there was all pink stuff in the air. And I said, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm awake, I'm alive, I'm well. How can I be of service today? Obviously, I did well last night. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm excited to know that humanity is safe yet once again. Thank you. I was just like, what's on the list today? What do I feel like eating today? Do I want salmon and rice and avocado today? Yep, that's what I feel like having. So the dream was off the hook insane. I love it. It is very vivid. It is very colorful. That's how you know, okay? Just in case if you're getting pulled into your star families, starships, and you're going places and they're integrating you a little bit at a time. So when the timelines of actually anchoring and meeting each other and they stay around you, you don't go through this whole shocking thing. Like, for instance, when a nice Zeta Reticula teacher came and took me to the mother of the, I want to say Lemurian, the huge Lemurian, ancient Lemurian crystal standing tablet, how tall it is. And when you see it, you're like, that poor teacher. He just says, well, I'm going to send you back, and because this is shocking you how big that crystal is. And all I could do was just look at it like, I still remember that shocker. How big a Lemurian ancient tablet, what it looks like. And it's the mother to all the seated Lemurians around the world where they are. So I was just like blown away when I saw that one. So get ready, because these two portals, an ending and a beginning door. Can you feel it? So exciting. Trying to compose myself right now. Okay. All right. So, our mental sphere is going to be the 3 right here. Fourth dimensional, we're communicating, and, the third eye is going to be getting really communicated right about here. Okay. There's going to be a lot of pressure on this crown for the next 48 hours. So just know that, okay? But it's just a part of your moving in that. Oh, this is going to be so beautiful. Now, this is where you want to anchor in. You want to anchor in what And how do you want to be living your life and feeling into it, seeing it, imprint it, feeling it, imprinting here, expanding it out, and knowing that as you expand that out, it just comes, it has no choice but to come towards you and to match with you. Like energy attracts like energy. You have to become it. Okay? So, these next 2 days, Monday and Tuesday, are going to be wonderful. So that's going to be building us up for this solar eclipse. So I will keep up with Stefan Burns when he starts doing his reports on the plasmic light. We have to stay on top of that, because each time when the sun, Solaris, puts out that codes of light, or Father Ra puts out those codes of light, you have to understand that's the codes coming in, and you want to make sure you grab it and give yourself permission to start to integrate those codes. Okay? Your life is going to change. It's going to change because you said you want it to change. It'll stay the same if that's what you want. Okay, they're not going to violate your free will. If you want to stay miserable and keep repeating the same patterns over and over and doing that over and over and over and over, okay, you just go right ahead. But if you're changing and you're giving yourself permission to be in the higher frequencies and in the true organic timelines, working with your benevolent team, divine team members, your star families, being connected to your divine source, Mother, Father, God, however you see that for yourself. This is what it's about. And coming into your highest form of your Christ consciousness. And anchoring that total magic of self in of your divineness. Are you ready for that? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Are you ready for that? Are you ready to get that ticket and just keep going? Are you ready to just see how good it gets? And by the way, Andromedans function on the 12th dimension. And when I wrote my book, it was all about galactic spiral light comes from the 12th dimension. All right. You know, just saying, some things just happen and you just have to recognize it and line up with it. Which brings me to this next thing for these next 2 days. Yes! You want to bring in rose and camphor oil. Okay? Rose and camphor oil. That rose and camphor oil is going to help kind of bring in the higher frequency and protect you. Okay, it's going to hold it in its place as you are integrating things coming in. Your myrrh, remember, your myrrh gets you connected to your divineness. When you wear copper, you put any copper on, this connects you to your DNA and your divineness connection to source. Yeah, bet you they didn't teach you that in first grade, did they? So, there's a reason. If you've been drawn to wearing copper, this is why. Because it really is a part of the signature DNA connecting to the divine, connecting to Creator. Okay? What is it? Copper is a magnetizer. It's a amplifier. It pulls that energy. It brings that in together. Okay? So tomorrow it is on with 2 portals back to back. Got to get ready. If you did not take your sea salt bath and you've been lag-gagging around, get your butt in a sea salt bath tonight, please. Okay? Pay special attention to the back of your head, your neck, these ports right here, channel points right here. Okay? Pay special attention to those. And just really, if it's time to do a nice head washing, do your hair washing with a little rosemary and some rose oil and anoint your head with that. So you're ready. Okay? Get ready. And if you're going out, please cover your head. Okay? You don't want no, you let's just put it like this. When you cover your head with a scarf or something, it keeps you from being tracked. Okay? Oh, look at that. Let's go follow that one. Hear what I'm saying? We're in spiritual warfare on many different dimensional timelines. The game is, can they attract you enough to lock your energy, your light down on an artificial timeline? Can they get you riled up enough to be on the wrong timeline? Okay, that's the game. We ain't got time for that. We didn't lose nobody in battle last night. Yes. All right, let's jump into the read energy. Let's dive in. Tomorrow there will be codes, so make sure you bring water. Tomorrow we will be doing codes for Monday and Tuesday. Okay. So we're going to have our journal promptings. We're going to go into that. Let me close this down. Okay. Close this down. Okay, here we go. So, Cosmic Flower. Make sure you're on tomorrow. I'll put the link for a Zoom session in the Zoom. Okay. And then if anybody else wants to hop on the Zoom at that time, you can hop on. Talk about pyramid. Okay. Yeah, I try not to fuss around with stuff like that. If I can't get in, and it's just like, no, I'm not going to do that. All right. Here we go. Here are your promptings for today. And then we'll do a new prompting for tomorrow. I'll show the link here tomorrow when I do my live. I'm going to come on and do my live a little earlier. Maybe I got a client at 12. We should be done by 2. Yeah, I think we'll be done before 2 o'clock. Yeah. So I'll put the link when I come in on the live, and I'll have the link, and I'll set up a time that we're all going to go in. I think, you know what? I think tomorrow would be a good day to do that. Pyramid talk. Since they're doing all this pyramid talk with the Giza one. Billy was live. I was very intrigued by what he was saying. I was like, yes. And then as they were talking about it, even, what was that other group? Another group was talking about it, Beyond Mystics. What's his name? John Paul was talking about it. And they said, yeah, they're trying to get their priests and priestesses together so they can try to go in there and figure out how to activate it, because that's how it was activated with the priest and priestess. And when he said it, I was driving when he said it. Well, I was listening when he was driving. So I said, that's not how that works. It doesn't work that way. You have to have the DNA signature to get through those halls first in order to go in there and get it started. The pyramid will recognize the DNA of the person who has it, and they carry it in their blood and in their frequency vibration. It don't matter if they're priest or priestess. You got to have the signature. And then I'm like, how did I know that? I'm just down here for a season. Just trying to help you all out. That's all I'm doing. Somebody ticks me off. I say, I am not from this planet, you little human being. Get it together. You're still watching the same repeat patterns of the same shows made over and over and over just for people playing them. God bless chocolate. Thank you. All right, the language of light message. Okay, the divine, oops, wait, wrong one. Cosmic. What do we need to know in the cosmic? I'm telling you, all you gotta do is just say that one time to somebody. I'll be all like, she said she's not from this planet. I'm not. Okay, the Divine Masters. And I'm going to get other things moving because I want to anchor it on that portal time. Okay, the crystal grid. All my grid light workers, start doing your grids. Get your crystals out and make your grids. Set them up. Okay, we're also going to add in because it's the Magick, Pure Magic Oracle. I love this set. It's so nice. Always has a good activation with it. Okay, and then we're going to wind it down with Beyond Lemurian. I remember when I got this set, this really like just really kind of, I was like, wow, such a beautiful, I mean, Izzy is a very gifted young lady. And her artwork is just phenomenal. I would like to have an interview with her because she's just a beautiful, she channels that information so well. And then Unveiling the Golden Age. So we're going to go ahead and pull one from Unveiling the Golden Age. Message. Here it is. And our last one, we're going to take it to the moon. What does the moon temple say? I'm driving around and said, oh, look, the moon is just sitting right there. Why are you right there? Are you lost? Huh. All right. Here we go. Big bada boom. All right, here are the words for the book. Where's the book? Give me the book. Here we go. Bliss is worth creating from, for, or from. Bliss is worth creating for, or from. Bliss. And this number is number 26. So let's see. Finding your bliss. When I hear that word bliss, I automatically go to the show V because she would go into her sacred spot and sit and be, and then she would bliss everybody. Okay, she would send out the bliss. So here, bliss is worth creating. Is there something, a person, a belief, a feeling, or a worry that's getting in the way of your bliss? What's getting in the way of your bliss? Okay, what's getting in the way of your bliss? How can you let it go? What's getting in the way of your bliss? How can you let it go? Okay. Your soul shines. Your soul shines. Your soul shines. It's your next one. And that's number 34. So what's getting in the way of your bliss? What is it? And your soul shines is this. Love more, laugh more, smile more. How can you bring this shine into your everyday? These two work hand in hand to find your bliss. And how can you bring more joy, love, light into your life? Okay. So what's your bliss? And how can you have your soul shine? What would activate that more for you? Make you think. Okay. When you love more, laugh more, smile more, how can you bring this shine into your everyday? Okay, so those are your journal promptings. Your healing card is this. Transform the anger. What are you angry about? What are you angry about? Why are you so angry? What are you angry about? What are you upset about? What are you upset about? What are you upset about? Like I said, you put the fake ass smile on your face and you're upset. You're really, oh, so pissed off at you. Oh, if I could, I don't want to be on the news by 6. So yeah, I'll just go along with it. You know, yeah, what are you angry about? What is it? What are you angry about? Because that anger sits in the seat of the liver and causes you to just sit in that, roast in that, and be and harbor that. And when you're sitting and you're angry, you can't move forward. You can't do anything. So when you're talking about being angry, how do you get that out? What do you go do? Now, anger, you don't want to take it out on yourself. That doesn't mean you go in, hit the kitchen, and you start baking all the cakes and cookies and stuff and the ice cream and sit and indulge in that, numbing out when you're angry. But how do you transform that? How can you get that anger out where you don't take it out on the people around you that you love, and you don't take it out on yourself when you're angry? You know, how do you transform that energy? Do you go take a walk? Do you get it in a pool of water, which helps to move emotions? Do you go sit by the lake, the beach? Do you go climb a mountain? Do you go for a ride? Do you paint? Do you dance? Dance is a good way to get rid of anger. Throw some music on and challenge yourself to just dance to it. 15 minutes is all you need. When you're angry, do you sit and give yourself a moment to go, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Do you count? And you take a breath with it. How do you transform that anger and move out of it? If we were to manage our anger and really be true to ourselves, recognize what we're angry about, we wouldn't get a lot of detrimental type of behavior where the person just lost it and struck out. And now there's people not on the planet anymore because this person was angry. and nobody took the time to listen to that person or help reroute that person's anger to help them get it out, to transform it before it became a big eruption of stuff. What are you angry about? And how is it dampening your light? How is it making you not feel blissed? Not have a soul shine? What are you angry about? And here's the next part of it. Is it worth staying angry about it? How can you shift it so you're not staying angry? That's the magic. Okay. So now you're going to look at the, oh, well, here you go. Meditation. But I like to take the meditation and I like to put it for prayer also, because not everybody can just jump into meditation. Some people don't do well with it, but people do well when they can sit and have a divine conversation in prayer, and then you can have a divine conversation. So meditation or divine conversation. The magic is, this is really cool. Number 36 is called the Witch's Wound. Remedy, magical medicine, Sacred Heart, another day. A lot of us are walking around with what we call the old witch's wound. And that is where you feel safe around other magical people. They come and they talk and they feel good like you. They talk like you. You feel safe, but you don't feel safe around people that will be judging, people that will be pointing fingers, people that will try to say the way you live life is not good. You're not, you're going to go to hell and all that stuff. Those are witches' wounds. Witches' wounds is also, you don't feel safe to come out and be really who you are magically and show your true talents of what your gifts are, because you don't want to be what happened to witches back in the day and still is happening in some countries. You don't want to be stoned. You don't want to be hung. You don't want to be burned. You don't want to be drowned. You want to be, disemboweled. All those different crazy ass things that they used to do to people who had gifts of healing, who were already walking in their divineness of who they were, and they were taken out for it. Those are old witches' wounds. Those are the things that are being cleaned up right now with that divine light. Setting that free, getting rid of that past timeline so that you can walk and be in true sovereign of who you are and not hiding yourself. God, I just hated hiding myself all the time. Especially when I would get into a relationship with the guy. You know what I'm talking about, all of you. You got to go run around your place, hide your stuff and hide that because you don't know yet. You just started dating. You don't know if they're going to be okay with what you do and da-da-da-da-da. And you hide yourself because you don't want to freak them out. If you say, oh, I wouldn't go down that street, don't do that. It doesn't feel, when you give those little visions out, you kind of like hide yourself. I did so much of that. And especially if I knew I had friends that were really super religious, and if they were going to come over to my house and visit or something, oh God, let's just put it like this. A lot of stuff was being shoved into the closet because it's like, okay, got to get that out. They won't understand that when they see it. That'll freak them out and blah, blah, blah. And then one day I just finally snapped and says, this is my home. This is who I am. Why am I hiding myself? It doesn't really matter what they think. If they think that low of me and they can't handle me, they don't need to be around me. There you go. Stop doing it. There you go. Just stop doing it. So in this, when you stop the wounds of that, like I said, we all have those wounds. it brings out the purity of that. It brings out the loving the self. It's bringing out being sacred and true to the heart itself. Okay. Now your next one is going to be the light language. Oh, see, this is what we're working on. Let's do a little bit of this. Who's up for this? Forgiveness. Forgiveness. Okay. Forgiveness. El Moray, spiritual force field, protective light is surrounding you. You are safe. A lot of us just want to feel safe to be who we are. We really do. We don't want someone coming in our space, judging us, telling us, "Oh, you don't fit the norm. You don't fit in a box." Oh, fuck you in your box. I'm not supposed to be in your box. You just don't fit into everybody's box, and you're not supposed to. Honey, that's why we have what they call individuality. Just don't be doing any of that. Okay, so here we go. We got this card again. I mixed up the cards, but we got emotion. Because you know what? Emotions are high right now. We got emotions coming up. You got some feeling emotional. You got the timelines of stuff that's being released. And, something might have happened around this time of the year for you. And the emotions are coming up. Let the tears flow because that's a part of cleansing. Let it go. As we move on to the Lemurian, beyond Lemurian, we get the infinite. I love it. Number 49, being infinite. Being supportive, knowing that you are infinite. You are that light. Stepping into that place. I love it. And then the golden one, let's see how far. Oh, look at this. Oh, it goes right into it. The rainbow portal, the planets of portals, number 47. So this is the portals. I have to read this one because these are coded in a different way where you have to read the map, especially when you get the portal ones. So, and that's what activates that card. Her cards are just awesome. I just love her cards. Okay, so this one is going to take you into, it is time to bring your dreams into reality. Delight in the process, stay in your heart, and let this be a romantic adventure. Okay? Have a romantic adventure with yourself, activating this portal. Visiting, what does it feel like to just really be in that truth of yourself? What is it that you really want to do? Okay, and now the moon temple. I love it. Number 40. Be in the beauty of it. Be in the beauty. Be in the beauty. And the beauty of this one takes you into, I was just really happy that we didn't lose anybody in that battle last night. Ablaze with the golden rays of light, my star quality shines bright. Express and shine. Magic. All right, lovelies, it doesn't get any clearer than that. So tomorrow, we will be whipping that up. I will go in and set up a Zoom room. And those of you that want to join me in the Zoom room, I'll do the teaching on that, on the CPP, the crystalline purity pyramid technique, so that you can really work with that. Okay. That's one of the reasons why I didn't really want to be on the Facebook one, because all of you, I need you also to look at your email address. Yahoo's not being supported like it used to. So it's causing a lot of problems. If you're, check your Yahoo. See if you're still getting all your emails and stuff, and things being delayed, because it's having some problems. I've heard other people talk about They're not getting their mails. They're not getting notifications. Somebody sent something, they never got it. So if you are still holding on to an old Yahoo thing, you need to upgrade. That's all I have to say about it. Upgrade. Time to get a Gmail. Time to get a Bing one. However, get a new one. Start anew. You're in the new year. You're in this newness. We're going out. We're going to get rid of all the old stuff. Step into something new so that you will not be missing opportunities and things because of the fact that your email is not working properly or you're not getting it because it got sent somewhere else or it didn't even make it to your spam. One of the ladies on YouTube was talking about, one of her clients has Yahoo and it's not, things are not getting sent to her. So I was like, wow, got to keep an eye on that. Okay, lovelies, be good to yourself. I'm going to go cook myself some wonderful salmon and rice and avocado. It's so good. With a sprinkle of pink Himalayan salt. But guess what? Yesterday, and this is why I'm telling you guys, pay attention to your thoughts and how you're manifesting. You're in that doorway, okay? Now I have one gift that's on its way. As soon as I get it, I'm going to share it with all of you, okay? Yesterday I was talking about, man, I got to get me some lemons. I need some lemons. I just want to sit down, cut a lemon, put a little bit of salt on it, just eat it just like that. I just want a lemon. Good old lemon. Lemon. Lemon's good because lemon likes to lower the blood sugar naturally. Likes to do that. Now, I'm not a doctor or anything, but I just know that my spirit dad did that and he managed his blood sugar just fine by doing lemons. Because what does lemons do? It alkalines the body. Lemons alkaline you. So I was thinking, God, I really want some lemon. So if I decide I want to have a salad and I make my cabbage salad, I'll go ahead and douse it with that olive oil and sprinkle of pink Himalayan salt and some pepper and then put some lemon on, spritz it all on there and just sit there and just be a mermaid chowing down. That crunch sound. Yep. So I think to myself, God, I really want some lemon. So when I went to go see my client to go drop off her disc to give her those so she would have them, it was so interesting. She whips out a bag and she goes, I don't know if you need these or what, but I picked you some lemons. I go, huh? I go, yeah, my neighbor had a whole bunch of them. I just said, you know what, I'll pick some of these off your tree. And I know someone, I just picked them and do you want some more? I go, yeah, I would like to have some more. So she got me some lemons. Oh, I'm sorry. Was that magic I was doing? Was that magic? Oh, honey, you bet it was. Yeah, we'll do. Anyway, I was having a magical moment. All right, everyone, be good to yourselves. I'm so grateful that I was able to share with you that we kicked ass last night in spiritual realm and we as light workers won. I got goosebumps again. We didn't lose anybody on our team. Other team didn't do so well, but oh well, that's what the whole purpose was. All right, lovelies. I will see you tomorrow. Be good to yourselves. Much love. Please take your bubble baths. You take your salt baths. Take your baths tonight. Enjoy yourself and love yourself. Be so light. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.